Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening or rather watching the Reds Report. I'm Chris Ridyard. Obviously, my friend, Dutch friend, Carl van der Wateren, he's not present. He's a very busy man at the minute with work and whatnot. Plenty of fingers in pie, shall we say. Also, instead of Carl van der Wateren, we have my bearded friend and Sunday League compadre, centre-back extraordinaire, nice bearded Andy Goodwin.
That's a fantastic introduction, Chris. Cheers.
I wrote it just now. I wrote it just in my head just now.
Yeah, I can tell.
Could you tell? Yeah. What top you got on there, Andy? What is it?
Just a Jack Jones top.
Oh,
Jack and Jones.
I don't know if it was a football top or whatnot.
Today.
I'm wearing a nice tie shirt, mate. Nice tie.
Love it.
Oh, why? Andy, bit to talk about. A game's just gone, and there's a game imminent tomorrow. Early kickoff, I'm led to believe as well, which is a different one. We might as well get straight back into a 0-0 stalemate, so to speak, at Oakwell on Saturday. I just wonder what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah, we look solid defensively, don't we? But a little bit toothless going forward. When your best chances of the game fell to your two centre halves, you've got to start asking questions. And the stats are not lying either in that respect. 2 goals scored in his last 6 home games. So it's lovely to see that we're shoring up defence, but you don't want that to be at the expense of knocking him in at other end. But it seems to be at a minute. So hopefully against Blackburn we can get both ends right.
I can see a recall for Connor Chaplin tomorrow. I mean, he's been pivotal, hasn't he, under Struber? He's obviously, I think he probably thought that Connor Chaplin would have a bigger impact off bench maybe than what he has done. So I think he'll probably start tomorrow.
Yeah, Connor didn't really do much on Saturday, and to be fair, against QPR, he didn't really see much at ball either, apart from that fantastic challenge that he put in late on to stop that counter attack. But it'd be great to see Connor doing what he's been doing all season, really, because he's not really been up to it these last couple of games. And hopefully, if he does get a start, he'll be effective, and we can, get hold of a lead and try and get that next 3 points. Struber talked about making one change in his press conference, but wouldn't be drawn on who it might be. I'm just thinking maybe going on Saturday's showing, it could be Marcel Ritzmaier for me.
That's interesting. I mean, again, he played a similar position to what he played against QPR, didn't he? He played like a left wing back type role, left side. Obviously, Clark O'Donnell is probably a more natural fit, but he's not seemed to have been picking him recently, and weren't picking him just before the lockdown. So I'm not so sure about that. I'd like to see Chaplin back inside. I think him inside kind of gets inside the defenders' heads a little bit. And I think they don't like to leave as much room behind when Connor Chaplin's on field. And therefore, Corey Woodrow's got more room to operate. And he's our most dangerous goal threat, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
That's my thought process. Obviously, me and you play Sunday League. We've got somebody called Chezza, who's like lightning. I like playing with him because he makes a lot of room for everybody else. He's a bit of a chaos causer. So you don't even have to be directly involved in the goal yourself, do you? If you're quick. It just plays in defenders' mind. That's my thought process anyway. So Ritzmaier, would you say he was a passenger on Saturday? He mentioned numerous times in press conferences that Barnsley can't have any passengers, and he needs everybody 100%. I just wonder what your thoughts were on that, Andy.
Yeah, that's exactly what Struber said. You can't have one or two players not with the right mentality, with the right energy. Otherwise, in this league, you're going to get punished. And that's what made me think that's who he was alluding to in Marcel Ritzmaier, because at times he was, as you say, a passenger on Saturday. I think he squared a ball for Alex Mowat to have a shot in the second half, but he wasn't making the right runs in behind defence. He was getting through balls played through, and he was just flat-footed.
Yeah.
And a little bit, I would say, what's the word? Just a bit of a pushover in possession, you know, not knocking it past his man and trying to beat his man, just sort of letting him take the ball off him. He needs to be a bit stronger and a little bit more, attack-minded, really.
I would like to see Clark O'Donnell return, but I mean, he's played Callum Styles in that role recently as well. Callum Styles, he's played on that left-hand side, so who knows what's in Struber's head. He's kept us all guessing from the minute he got here, so I tell you what, he hadn't kept us guessing on since lockdown return. Solbauer and Anderson, they seem to be the two centre halves he's gone with. Obviously, it worked both times. 2 clean sheets. Anderson nearly getting a 90th minute winner, which I've been after for about a year. I usually go with a centre back and the 90th minute winner, and I nearly got it, but not quite. But them two, another terrific performance, Andy, on Saturday.
Yeah, they're looking like the centre-back pairing that we've been crying out for all season, really. Anderson's looking a lot stronger since his return. I don't know what Struber's said to him or what he's done with him, but he looks a different player out there. And Solbauer, we talked about Solbauer before, his effect on the team. It's not difficult to see that when you look at the numbers again. 5 clean sheets out of 10 championship appearances. You know, if you maintain that 50% clean sheet ratio, you're going to win games.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive. Clean sheets as a whole for Barnsley, though, they were coming before the break, before Mads Anderson were reintroduced. I'm assuming Jaume was injured, which is why I didn't get the nod the prior Saturday, but he stuck with Anderson. Just clean sheet stats, really, Andy. I'm sure I saw it impressive. Is it last 7 games? He's had 5 clean sheets, something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, because we had a good run early on in, I think it was February, and a couple of blips, obviously, against Cardiff and Reading, but then back again after lockdown and 2 more clean sheets. So, like I said, looking really solid at back. You just want to start converting those chances, and the chances were few and far between on Saturday, weren't they?
Well, before we move on to anything else, I just want to pull you back on that. We've got the stats man on. We've got Barnsley FC stats. I know you've got a huge database. I don't know what you thought I was going to say there, Andy, but you've got a huge database. I just wondered where obviously he's got a lot of clean sheets under him as Struber. It seems 2 recently, few before lockdown. I just wonder where that's sat in terms of statistics. Maybe if you're looking at championship, probably recent championships since championship were formed. I just wonder where he's sat. Have you got that to hand? Is that possible? I don't know how big
so
in terms of other managers.
Yeah, 23 games so far for Struber in the championship, so half a season, and just on that, he's averaging, if you were to extrapolate that over a full 46 game season in the championship, you're looking at 58 points, which would see us safely into mid-table. But in terms of clean sheets, 6 out of 23, which doesn't sound fantastic, but when you consider that only Paul Eckingbottom has got a better clean sheet percentage in the championship, since it's been called the championship, obviously, then he's not doing too bad at all.
Yeah, funny you mentioned Eckingbottom. We obviously had him on for the preview, and he talked about the value of clean sheets. You know, you keep a clean sheet, you only need 1 goal for a win. I don't know if you watched that episode, and it clearly made it that was the prime goal for Barnsley. And once again, another clean sheet, but as you mentioned earlier, at the expense of possibly some attacking flair. It just makes you wonder if Chaplin will start, and will Simmonds keep his place, and how you fit all them 4 attacking players in. I'm not so sure, but it'd be very interesting to see. I'm sure we will be guessing up until that team sheet brought out. Mads Anderson, we mentioned him prior. Obviously, he went on about Solbauer there. A few stats from him. Mads Anderson, mindset is what Gerhard Struber's put it down to. You as a centre-half, as a Sunday League centre-half, I know it's hard for you to try and compare that yourself to that, but does mindset have any influence on a centre-half, particularly young centre-half? You would argue so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like I can't really put myself in his shoes at all.
I know.
I've got about 12 or 13 years on him as well. But yeah, he seems to be struggling with the mental side of it. Really, it was individual mistakes, wasn't it? It's not that he's not big enough or strong enough or quick enough, and he's got a decent couple of feet on him. I noticed him playing long balls with both feet on Saturday, and he's hit Jacob Brown with a couple of those this season, and we've been in. So, you know, physically, he's got all the aspects of a great centre half. It was just that mental side, but since he's come back, he seems to have sorted that side out as well.
It just makes you wonder if he has. We mentioned it prior with Dale Tongue, I think it was, that mentioned not the noise in the stadium and not being able to communicate. Obviously, the lack of noise at Oakwell, particularly, there were no music played, there were no background noise. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it, if that that communication, the ability to communicate more so with Sorbauer, with his fullback, with Struber, and any other leaders on the field, be it Alex Mowat or Corey Woodruff. That little bit of communication has just raised his confidence a little bit, or just give him that bit of direction he needed. I don't know. I don't know if you've got any thoughts on that.
Yeah, time's going to tell. It was only one game on Saturday at Oakwell with no noise. Obviously, they had the noise at QPR. That didn't seem to affect him, though.
No.
Yeah, if he can keep it up for the rest of the season, then it's looking like we might be in with a chance. As Paul Eckingbottom said, you keep a clean sheet, you're guaranteed a point. The points at this stage for us are not good enough. We need to sort of have playoff or promotion form for the last 7 games. And even then, we might still be going down to the wire. So, yeah, keep it up with the clean sheets, but we've got to start knocking some goals in, like I say.
Yeah, of course. We need to start knocking them in tomorrow. Early kickoff. It's been a while since we've kicked off at that time, Andy, on a Tuesday. Has it ever happened before?
I don't.
You should have looked.
I have no idea.
Get back to me on Twitter. Let me know. See, you tell me last time it happened. If it's ever happened before, I wouldn't have a clue. I won't have a Scooby-Doo, Andy. Tell you what I do know though. Blackburn is tomorrow, and we do need to make a score prediction. But before that, Andy, just your thoughts on the game. Can we get anything from it? Who's the key men? Obviously, there's no Bradley Dack. That was a massive thorn in Barnsley's side at Blackburn, which I went to that game. I thought we played really well in spells there. It's Struber. It was early days of Struber. I thought we attacked brilliantly. And I think we dropped a clanger, maybe 2 in that game. I remember Mads Anderson making one. But fingers crossed, if those clangers are not made and there's no Bradley Dack, I'm hoping for a 2-0 Barnsley win, Andy. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, as someone who's not really paid particularly a lot of attention to Blackburn's season, the only player that seems to have been pulling the strings for him this season is Bradley Dack. Having said that, since he's been injured, they have kept themselves in contention for the playoffs, haven't they? So I think they sit 4 points outside the playoffs at the minute, and we sit 4 points away from safety. So there's a lot in it for both teams.
Of course.
I think this is going to be out of the first 3 games of the final run-in, this is going to be the acid test for us so far. So if you're going to draw me on a score prediction, I'm going to say both teams to score because they're both going to have to go for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for, my heart's going to take over and say a Barnsley win, but I'm going to say 2-1.
2-1. Paul Eckingbottom, by the way, just giving him props. He got the result right. He did say it would be a draw. He said it'd be a difficult game, and it was as such. Andy, I would take 3 points tomorrow. Adam Armstrong, he seems to have been in the goal since Bradley Dack's injury, unfortunate injury. Old Barnsley player. Didn't quite cut it us. He was playing up front. Although I do remember his lone goal against Millers. A game I couldn't get a ticket for, believe it or not. So I went with all my Millers friends. And there's a great photo, Andy. I don't know if you'll find it. There's a great photo of all the ground being emptied, apart from the Barnsley fans clapping the players still. And there's one lone fan stood at Rotherham end near the Barnsley fans clapping. And you'll see, if you zoom in, you'll see that big nose of mine.
Is that you? Is it right?
It's me.
No, I was in the away end for that game, and it was a fantastic finish. Yeah, I remember that.
A great ball as well. I think I'm trying to think who played the ball. It was defence splitting pass, beautiful pass.
He can't have been Conor Horan. I think that was his first game after he'd gone.
Yeah, he'd gone.
Yeah, and I think if I remember right, I turned around and saw Alex Mowat sat in the crowd. He was at the game as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress. We've gone off track, but never mind. Andy, thank you very much for filling in for Carlo. They are big Dutch boots to be filled. You do play Sunday League football, so that's fine. And you're always welcome back on here. Thank you very much for your stats and stuff. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Speak soon. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you should subscribe. That's easy for him to say. Make sure you subscribe. Click on some more videos. Have a look around. See what you find. Chris UK one's out. That looks good, Andy. Good video, that. It's got nearly 100 views. That's a nice one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
We tried something a little bit different with that, Andy. We've put a few videos in between it. I don't know if you've seen it. I did try my best to find the Chris UK tripping up the terrier, but I couldn't manage it. So, anyway, thank you very much. See you later, buddy. Ta-ra.
See ya.